Welcome to Men at Work 365, the ultimate destination for African American men dedicated to intentional growth and collective success. Whether you are just starting your journey or are a seasoned professional, our daily content focuses on the essential pillars of self-development, financial discipline, and mental fortitude. Beyond just personal improvement, we are building a powerhouse, community designed to bridge the gap between generations. We facilitate authentic networking, mentorship, and brotherhood to ensure that no man has to navigate his path alone. Join us as we exchange the tools, wisdom, and connections necessary to build legacies and thrive in every area of life. It's time to get to work. Are you ready to level up with the community?
What's good? What's good? What is good? Yeah, man. Hope everybody doing well. Enjoying their day. 2 o'clock out here on the West Coast. Shit, most of y'all should be winding down, getting off work, or just getting home from work, you know. Midwest over there on the East. Ja, salute. Mike Dan in the building. Soul, salute. Yeah, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. Topic of the day, man. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Let me give y'all a little backstory about basically where I got that from, right? It's actually it's a verse. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Now, I'm not a Christian, right? I don't subscribe to any religion, but I've studied all of them, right? And the one thing I took away, the one scripture that just stuck out to me, I done read the whole Bible a couple times, right? And it's some heat in there. It's some good shit in there, right? But the one that stuck out to me because I could relate to it the most was Hosea 4 and 6. Jordan, salute. Hosea 4 and 6, y'all. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And since thou rejectest knowledge, I shall also reject thee. Now, in my latter years, you know, I did study with the Hebrew Israelites, and I done studied with everybody, Nation of Islam, all of them. So I done read that Bible front, back, sideways, the books they took out, the Apocrypha, all that shit, all of it. Tip, appreciate you, Mike. It really stuck with me. Because I'm living it, right? I see it every day. I see it every fucking day. It's a reality for most of us, right? We see our families, you know, our immediate families, our extended families, you know, relatives, friends of the family, co-workers, you know, shit, just going to Walmart, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lack of knowledge everywhere you go. I'm out here, you know, the medical field out here is booming in Arizona, but shit, I had to diagnose let me tell y'all that quick side story, y'all. This shit is crazy. Lack of knowledge, okay? I had to self-diagnose, right? Now I'm an East Coast baby. You know, I lived on the East Coast the majority of my life. This is my first time being out here on the West. Everything out here kills you. And I mean everything out here kills you, okay? Even the dust. So come to find out, I had to self-diagnose myself. I had it's called valley fever, right? Symptoms similar to, I would say, pneumonia. It ain't no joke. And you got a lot of people, shit, it done took them up out of here, right? And I'm also a smoker, right? So anyway, I went through hell, y'all, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. You talking 2-3 months coughing, hacking up phlegm, you know, feeling weak, cold sweats. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me? Like, I'm thinking, I don't know what the fuck, you know, it's a lot of shit out here. So, you know, you never know. But, you know, I'm getting checked out. They telling me, you know, all my vitals look good. This look good, that look good. And I'm like, nah, son. Oh, you probably just got a cold. This ain't no fucking cold. I'm too damn old to be, like, I know what a cold feel like. And a cold don't last for months. Not for me, right? So long story short, y'all, it was just a whole bunch of back and forth, whole bunch of wasted time, doctor's appointments and x-rays and this and that. So I started doing some research, right? And actually a coworker, right, had told me, they were explaining, you know, their wife, they was like, yeah, my wife, you know, because he said it. He was like, you know, my wife, you might have what my wife had. And some people never get rid of it. Y'all go check that shit out. For all y'all from the West Coast, from out this way, I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it. Y'all know about it, but I ain't never heard of no shit. And basically what it is, this the crazy part though, y'all. What valley fever is bad. And I forgot the name. It's a fungus. This is the crazy part. Because they gave me antibiotics and it didn't help, right? So I had to I'm telling you, I figured all this shit out on my own. Fuck these doctors, these motherfuckers dumb, lack of knowledge. I figured this shit out on my own. So when my coworker told me about the valley fever, I started, you know, researching valley fever. Come to find out, what they call valley fever is actually a fungal infection. Now it's this fungus that I forgot what time of the year, but out here it's dry, right? It's a desert, so it's a certain time of the year. I think now, like monsoon season, I want to say, but it's a certain time of year that you know it rains a lot, and something with the lack of rain or the dryness or whatever the fuck it is, it's a recipe for this fungus to grow, right? So what happens is the fungus grows in the ground or some shit like that. And I guess when they've been doing a lot of construction, right, out here. So when you dig, like the fungus is in the ground. So when you dig up the soil, you dig up the dirt, right? The fungus now becomes airborne because it's now out. You see what I'm saying? It ain't in the ground. It's now up, out. You see what I'm saying? Outside in the air. Now when the wind blows, It catches the dust or sand or whatever. You think, off the bulldozers or whatever, and it flies off in the air. So what do you have? Now you have fungal spores that are now in the air. So not only do you got to worry about coyotes, right? I had 2 coyotes walking with me to the store the other night. Because I go, go for my runs and walks and shit, and the coyotes be out there. Shit, motherfuckers say I'm crazy, but they don't fuck with me. I do my thing, they do their thing. But you got to worry about the coyotes. You got to worry about the javelinas. You got to worry about they got bobcats out this motherfucker, diamondbacks, motherfucking rattlesnakes and shit. Everything out here will kill you. See, so know what I'm talking about. He said he knows somebody that died from valley fever. Bro, I never heard of this shit. Never in life heard of no damn valley fever till I moved out here, bro. And then even hearing about it, it was from like the locals. Like when I went, and that's why I'm like, is this some type of conspiracy going on? I'm trying not to, you know what I'm saying? The PTSD kicking in, because I'm like, these people trying to kill me, they fucking with me, because it's like, how are you in the medical field? And I had to self-diagnose, just regular co-workers, regular Joe Schmo, don't know shit about, you know what I'm saying, the medical field, nothing. They wife contacted it, all the symptoms, all the shit she was going through, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, basically going through the same thing I went through. And they had to self-diagnose. Because where they live, he was like, yeah, we live right by 10. 10 is like the main, I guess, interstate that comes through, you know what I'm saying? So they live right off of the highway, and that's where they about to extend it, so that's where they doing all the main construction at. So of course when the breeze come through, the wind come through and catch that dirt from the construction site, blowing right over there to their community where they house at. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Everything out here kill you. Oh, you live in Phoenix. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I only been to Phoenix twice, and both times I ain't get to really enjoy it. I was going to the airport one time, the other time was making a move, but yeah, I'm gonna get up there eventually. But yeah, man, I done got the fevers. The fevers of the valley. I said, God, I can't fucking win. It's always some shit. Why me? Why me, Lord? Why me, Lord? Spare me, Lord. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm a soldier, though. I took that shit on the chin, man. But it was rough. It was rough. It was about 2-3 months. Well, y'all know, y'all ain't hear from me. I was fucked up, man. I couldn't even talk. Like, just trying to have this just having a conversation, just getting the sentence out, had to take short break. It was rough. It was rough. But I'm just happy that I was able to figure out, I had to self-diagnose. It's crazy, y'all, because like I just went to the emergency room one night. I said, I can't do this shit no more. This is crazy. Head hurting all the time, feel like it's about to explode, coughing so fucking much, chest hurt. You feel like you got fever, like flu-like symptoms, pneumonia, your chest, man, that shit was crazy. I'm like, something wrong with me. These motherfuckers trying to kill me. Fuck this shit. So I went to the emergency room. I ain't gonna lie, I had a nigga moment. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I'm from DC. I don't play that shit. These motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck that. I'll fix my goddamn self. Just show me where the stuff at. I do it myself. Y'all motherfuckers got motherfuckers in the waiting room for 12 hours. Motherfuckers sitting here with their neck leaking and shit. And the fuck is they out here waiting for? Anyway, I had to self-diagnose. And they think they know everything, y'all. Ray, salute. They think they know everything. Arrogant as hell. I'm trying to tell these motherfuckers what the issue is. I brought all my paperwork with me. And they busy trying to talk over me. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Stop moving them fingers on that fucking keyboard and listen to what the hell I'm telling you. Or else get somebody else to fuck in here. How you gonna do your job? How do you even know? Like, you won't even let me finish my sentence. How the fuck you know? You don't know what I'm about to say, bitch. Then they get an attitude and shit. Bitch, get somebody else. I don't like you. Where's somebody else? Give me another nurse. Cause you tripping. So long story short, I told these motherfuckers. I didn't ask. I don't ask. And that's another thing I keep telling people. I used to think my father you know, certain family members shit, like they were assholes and they were just mean and what the fuck is wrong with them? They so disrespectful because I was young, right? But the way that they handle business, I see why. Because people will play with you if you let them, right? And that's not saying you got to be disrespectful. That's not saying that you got to, you know, be belligerent and act like a nigga, you know what I'm saying, to get shit done, or you know what I'm saying, or you know, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can't let people walk over you, right? You set the standard, right? I'm here for a service. You're a service provider. So if you're not going to provide me with good service, then I'll go elsewhere. I don't have to come here. Now, if everybody started to move like that, guess what's going to happen? It's going to cause these hospitals, these you know, what you call them, patient first type centers and shit like that. They're going to have to step their game up, right? Because at the end of the day, it's still a business. Whether it's medical or not, it's a business. And no one has to patronize your business because you have competition. And I can just go to your competitors and get better service and better treatment. Now you ain't making no money. Guess what? You laid off because they can't pay you. Why? Because they ain't making no fucking money. They bankrupt. Now you looking for, now you got to go work for the place that you see what I'm saying? Everything is always going to come back to we the people dealing with me, because I realized that we hold all the power. That rectangle that's in your pocket, both of them, the small rectangle and the big rectangle that's inside the smaller rectangle, if you keep cash on it. Shit, your card, your debit card, a rectangle too. All the rectangles that you got in your pocket, right? If you don't give no one access to them, right, they fucked. They're fucked. We as the consumers, if we don't consume, they make no money. They make no money, game over. They in business to make money. This is a capitalistic society. Everything is based off of capitalism. Everybody's trying to capitalize. I swear, Mike, and it pisses me the fuck off because we sit up, the same shit that we sit up and bitch and complain about, we have all the power in the world to change. But in reality, the reality of this shit is niggas don't want to change. We just want to sit around and bitch and complain, and we want somebody else to fix the problem that we put ourselves in. Now back to this hospital situation, because I just want y'all to get the gist of what I'm saying. This long story short, I end up self-diagnosing. I figured out using ChatGPT, Gemini, watched a couple YouTube videos, talked to a few people, locals that, you know, it was too many stories I was hearing about this valley fever shit, and it was lining up with exactly what I was going through. So I'm like, you know what? Let me check. So I went to the hospital, ER. They was like, well, I said I needed to be tested for valley fever. And the lady, when I finally got to the doctor, she was like, well, we can do your blood work. That's the only way. You know, it's not like a swab or, you know, a urine analysis, nothing like that. We need actual blood. We have to do blood work. You know what I'm saying? And to find out if you have the fungal infection. I said, cool. They did the blood work, right? Little Asian boy, he was scared as shit. Like, don't fuck my vein up. I think the way I was talking to him, he was a little nervous. I don't like young motherfuckers do it. You know, I like the big fat old ladies. They're usually the big fat old ones, not the Africans, but like the big fat old black ladies or the white ladies. Them usually the ones that, you know, do good blood work and shit. But anyway, he did the blood work. It took, then guess what? You gotta wait, right? So they didn't give me the fungal infection right away because they was like, oh, we don't know if you have it. And I'm thinking, motherfucker, will it hurt me if I take this shit and I don't have it? No. Then give me the fucking, well, no, we're gonna give you an antibiotic. I'm like, see, they fucking with me. So of course the antibiotic helped a little bit, but it really didn't, it didn't get rid of the infection because it's a fungal infection. It's not a bacterial infection. So this is the whole process, y'all, of me figuring all this shit the fuck out. Shit crazy. Tony said, Karen. You damn right. Calling ice on their ass. I'm the ice carrier. Gonna be ice, baby. Was it 311? I don't call 911. I call 311. I be quick to. What the fuck you say? What? Oh, you got me fucked up, bitch. Ain't no torture gonna talk to me like that. 311. Yep, we got another one. Got another one. But yeah, man, that situation is crazy. So of course the blood work comes back, right? I'm positive. Duh. So I go back, right? Because now I got to get the medication, get a prescription for the fucking medication that she should have just gave me from the fucking beginning. So all this, remind y'all, I'm coughing and hacking and feeling like shit this whole. So we talking 3-4 months of going through this bullshit, right? So of course everybody just like kissing my ass because now you just look stupid. Because I told y'all what it was from day one. Y'all didn't listen, and now I done went through all this bullshit just to come back and get a prescription for what I asked you for in the first fucking place months ago. But anyway, get the script. Get the prescription filled with some bullshit. So, long story short, I ended up getting the medication. I've been taking the medication. I've been good for, I say, about the last month and a half. I think I'm good. But my only concern is people have told me that, you know, if depending on the severity of it, you can end up having to take the medication for life. Like, because they say you never really get fully rid of the shit or whatever. I don't know. I done heard different stories. I know people that say they know motherfuckers that died from the shit. They know people that was hospitalized for months. You know, some people they don't have the symptoms, but they got to continue to take the medication because it's like they can't get rid of it. So I'm pretty sure I'm on the other end of that. Like, because even when I was sick, like it was still, I could still do what I need to do. It was just difficult. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I was on the severe side. I was only going to the hospital because I was tired of feeling like shit. It wasn't like I felt like I was going to die. At some points, yeah. You know, at night, it's hell trying to sleep. But I tell you, I salute the art, man. Look, if anybody out there dealing with that shit right now, salute, man. I wish you the best. Get that fungal medication, man. And the good thing about the medication, it is possible to get it without having to go to the actual hospital to a doctor. Look that up online. You can actually get the medication. It's a little more pricier, right? You ain't going through your insurance and all that shit. But depending on the severity of your situation, that might be an option. Just putting that out there. But back to the topic though, man. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And that story, I wanted to tell that story because it's a lot of things that I've dealt with or situations that I've had to take care of or handle since I've been out here in Arizona that I be just wondering like, damn, what if I didn't know the things that I know, right? What if I didn't have the resources that I had? What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's older people that, they on a fixed income. It be some bullshit out here. Motherfucker, y'all know what I'm talking about. Motherfucker shoot you some shit or just tell you some bullshit just because they don't want to do their job or just to get you out their fucking face. And have you running all over, you know what I'm saying? Wasting gas, wasting time. But, and some of these motherfuckers, they ain't got cars, right? They got to get ride share services or something through their, insurance or through their Medicaid or some shit like that where they can get services through the state, where they can get transportation to wherever they need to go. Some of them don't got family members that they can depend on to look out for them and shit like that. So you got motherfuckers just like, what? Like the pharmacy, it was one situation, the pharmacy was backed up and he talking about, oh, well, can you come inside? I'm the only one in here. I went to fuck off on his ass. Like, you goofy ass motherfucker. I've been sitting in this line for 30 minutes and then you wait till I get my black ass to this fucking window that ask me to come inside? Cause you in there by yourself? Nigga, what the fuck? What difference would it make in you taking my prescription and filling it right here at this window, and me getting out, parking the car, walking on the inside, and walking up to the other window on the other side of the fucking pharmacy? You got to walk all the way over to that other side to come. What difference would it make? Whether you fill my prescription here at this computer or you do it over at the other one at the fucking counter on the inside. Goofy shit. Anyway, it's just it be dumb shit. It's just dumb shit. Like I become one of them angry old men. Like when we was young and shit. Like, man, you a motherfucker always hollering and screaming, just angry all the fucking time. Like, damn, what the fuck this motherfucker always just mad? Cause motherfuckers do dumb shit. That's why. Out of ignorance, the lack of knowledge, competency. But I say all that to say this. The reason that we go through the hell that we go through, the reason that we go through the shit that we go through in our lives is all due to a lack of knowledge. Whatever that knowledge may be, you're lacking it. And that's why you're having issues. The one thing I know for a fact that my people hate to do is fucking read. And what I find ironic is, right, they claim we were slaves, right? And they would kill you if they found you reading or found out that you could read. It was off with your head, right? But I find that ironic that today it's reverse. You pretty much got to threaten a nigga with death to get him to fucking read something. Lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. When you're knowledgeable about something, it's impossible for you to fail. It's impossible for you to get it wrong. The number one thing that we never do is read the instructions. I remember in high school, no, it was middle school, teacher painted, and I think it was part of the curriculum. I think everybody did it, all the grades. But the teacher handed out this test, right? She was like, oh, we got a pop quiz. We're like, pop quiz? Bitch, we don't get pop quizzes. What the fuck is it? So she passed out the paperwork, right? She said, all right, everybody got 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever the time was, right? So everybody like, what the fuck? What is this? So everybody taking the test. Shit. So the time was up or whatever. She said, all right, pens down, pencils down. Everybody pass papers around. Man. So she get all the papers, right? So she started grading the papers. As she's grading the papers, we good? Uh-huh. As she's grading the papers, we all looking like, how is she grading the papers this fucking fast? You know, usually you take an exam or a test, it might take the whole rest of the day, or you might not get the results till the next day for the test to know if you failed or passed, right? So she grading the test. We like, what the fuck? Because we all confused, man. Pop quiz. She was out of nowhere with this shit. So she passed everybody's papers back out. It was only 2 people that passed the test out of the whole class. And the reason we all failed wasn't because we answered the questions wrong. The reason we failed the test is that at the top, you got your name, date, right? And then it had the objective. And then it had everything else. It said, write your name and date and do nothing else. That was the test. The instructions were to write your name, date, and that's it. So only 2 people read. That means out of the whole fucking class, 37 fucking children, only 2 people actually read the instructions. I never forgot that, y'all, because that's a great life experience, right? Because that's been pretty much the story of my whole fucking life. Out of groups, social groups, right? Now it went from a classroom, right, of my peers. Then it goes to maybe the football field, the basketball court, the break room at work, right, or the assembly line, or the field, and whatever. All these different social groups that you afterwards leaving school that you are put in or you put yourself in. It's the same thing. The majority of the people are dumb as shit. May have book smarts, but when it comes to common sense, it ain't there. So out of the group, maybe 2% got it together. They actually read the instructions. They're knowledgeable. Let me show y'all these stats real quick. So, move it out the way. This is a graph I put together that shows the current reading level for young melanated children in the States. Now, if you notice on the left, right, in that graph, you would assume that that's progression, right? From 2010 historically to 2010 on upward to current, right? It looked like it's getting better, right? It looks like this is but it's not. It really didn't. I'm gonna tell you what happened. If you look at below, it says below basic, right? It has an X, so that's the little orange line, right? That means below a fourth grade reading level, below average, right? Or below basic, below the basic reading level, which your basic reading level is a fourth grade reading level. So that means historically up until about, let's say, looks like 2020, on average, throughout that time period, motherfuckers was reading below the basic reading level. That means below a fourth grade level. And mind you, this is not just children. This is the adult demographic, right? Now, basic, as you can see, is the blue. So that's a basic reading level, right? It's above the baseline. As you can see, that looks like it's been increasing, right? And this graph is illustrated, right? So it's not, none of this should be taken as literal. You know, you could go do your own research. Proficient, right? Meaning proficient readers. That's the green check mark. So if you look on the graph, you see the green, right? And the green don't start to about, look like around the 2020s, right? Now, that's what I want to focus on right there. That drastic change right there in 2020, right? Because between 2020 and now, you see it's a spike that happened, right? Okay. Now, what happened 2019 going into 2020, y'all? Or should I say the year of 2020? Most call it the pandemic. I like to call it the plandemic, right? The plandemic happened, right? We had coronavirus, COVID-19, and whatever else the fuck they could cook up and scare people with, right? So the children weren't in school. Now, I was driving school buses at the time, right? So I was out of work. So I remember when they shut schools down. And it was around the top of, I think it was like February or March of 2020, right? And what happened after that? The children started going to school at home, right? Homeschooling. They got them laptops, they got them, tablets, whatever, so that they could still do their schoolwork from home. So now, guess what picked up? Grades increased. Why? Because now I can cheat more efficiently. I'm not physically at school, right? A lot of them, I know with my children, they had coursework, but it wasn't like a classroom setting. It was like certain days out of the week, they had to physically like be on the camera in the class. And other days they just had assignments that they had to have completed, right? And most of that shit, it wasn't like, I think with my oldest daughter, I think she had to have certain shit like submitted like daily, but I don't know if the teacher was checking the shit. It was a mess. Y'all, if you a parent, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was a fucking mess. It was a shit show. But in my opinion, I think where the increase came from, because it's like now I can use AI, because y'all know these youngins, they way sharper than us when it comes to this technology shit. They might play stupid, but they know how to work all this stuff. So now I can use AI. I'm gonna tell you, these children are so slick. My daughter had a fake video of her sitting up, looking attentive, right? I don't know how she would do the laptop. It was crazy. It was crazy. So basically, on her teacher's end, it would look like she's in class doing her, like she's sitting there focusing on the lesson or whatever, and she sleep or watching TV or something. And I caught her a couple times doing that shit. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be? Sure, I am. And I look at I'm like, yeah, get the fuck on there for real. Stop doing that shit. So it was a joke, like, because none of the children were really doing the work, right? They were getting AI to do this shit. That's why they had to come out with all these AI, like they have AIs that detect AI. So like if you got AI generated material, like say you got a book report and you just use, Chat GBT or whatever to do the damn book report, they have AIs that they can run your book report through to tell it whether or not you used AI to write the fucking book report. This is how crazy this shit got. So this, in my opinion, I think that's what the increase is, right? Because the children weren't literally having to read, right? Because they weren't even going to school. They were home, getting homesick. It was going to school from home. So that's just my opinion, y'all. Because you see what's going on. I know my children with the level they read at. I know their peers. I know, hell, grown adults, motherfuckers my age, right, and what level they read at, right? They reading level. So it's still an issue. As a collective, we still can't read. But you see on the right, it shows proficiency, the comparisons of the proficiency and reading levels, right? But on average, it's between, in my opinion, I would think a 4th or 5th grade reading level. And that's just from, not even dealing with the data and the statistics, but just my personal experience with interacting with people and doing business, and just, I would say 4th to 5th grade. But we got to do better. We got to do better. That's embarrassing, right? That's embarrassing to be a grown ass fucking man and you read at a 4th grade level. You have a 4th grader's comprehension, right? Because how can you read with comprehension? If your reading level, right, determines your comprehension level. Because if you read at a 4th grade level, that means the competency of a 4th grader is what you have as an adult. And it shows. Because most of these motherfuckers act like they're in the 4th grade. So my point is, as a collective, y'all, we have to do better. We got to do better. If not for ourselves, for the future generations, because it ain't fair to them. We can't set them up for failure like the last generations did us. They can't read, y'all. It's videos surfacing right now. I don't know if any of y'all seen these videos. I don't know the brother's name, but he goes around with little cue cards, right? And he'll have a sentence written on the card. And he'll ask random people to read the card. And most of the people that he asks is around his age. You can tell he's young, probably in his early, mid-20s. And granted, it is like he looks like he's out at, on a strip somewhere, or like where it's a lot of bars and, nightlife activity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I give a motherfucker the benefit of the doubt. You've been drinking, you feel me, you lit, you could barely see straight, and the motherfucker trying to ask you to read some shit, and all these words you don't readily identify, and you drunk. I get it. But some of these motherfuckers be sober. They don't be drunk. They be sober. And the shit that come out they motherfucking mouth. he'll show the cue card up on the screen, so you know whoever watching the clip, they can see what's written on the card, what they're trying to read. And I ain't gonna lie, it is words that you wouldn't use. The average person wouldn't use these fucking words in everyday conversation, right? Unless you're trying to show off or look, you know what I mean? They're not words that the average person, nah. You're not, the average person wouldn't use those words in day-to-day conversation, right? So I get that. These are not words that you're used to reading or speaking. So you might have to sound it out, but they don't even sound it out. They just say whatever they think or the word looks like it might be saying. I'm like, what the fuck, the shit that come out of my, and then be proud about, like, yeah, standing on that shit, like, yeah, that what it say. Ain't that what it say? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Especially the women, y'all. Oh my God, the fucking women. I'm like, come on now. Come on now. And I'm like, these the females that y'all niggas be going crazy over? Oh, she bad. Oh, she got fat ass. That bitch dumb as a box of rocks. Her booty big because she ain't got no brain. Her brain in her ass. I'm talking about the words that, and I ain't just talking about words that I'm like, wait a minute. Now I give you that word. You know what I'm saying? Like, but come on now. You don't know what that word is. What's that word right there? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. But then it's just that's what I'm saying, quick. It's like, how you not know that word? I'm trying to think of one. That's what I'm stuttering. I'm trying to think of the one. It was something deity. The deity something. Like, I'm gonna just make some shit up, right? But this is like basically the verbiage that they, you know, use in these sentences that they gotta read. It might say something like, the deity flamboyantly castrated the crown of a imperial, I don't know, some shit, right? And then they gotta read it, and they'd be, oh, the deity. It's like, what the fuck is deity, motherfucker? Deity? Have you ever heard the word deity in your fucking life? Now you might hear the word deity, and if you got an accent, you might pronounce it deity, but deity. But what makes it fun? It's not funny, but I get it, because if you look at the word deity, right? I can see if you just pronounce it like it looks like diet, right? Deity. Because it's diet with a Y on it. Oh shit. But it's not funny. It's really not funny, y'all. But what gets me is the confidence. They're so confidently ignorant. It's crazy. It's like they say that shit with so much conviction and so much pride and ego. And then they look at the dude like, and I don't know how he keep a straight face. I'm like, this shit gotta be staged. It can't be real. It can't be fucking real. God damn. I'd be like, yeah, what? Be loud and fucking wrong as hell. But that's our people, man. That's our people, man. Loud and wrong as hell. And will argue you the fuck down, ready to fight, be wrong than them, and know they wrong as hell. But their ego is a motherfucker, man. The deity. Oh man. But yeah, y'all, we got to do better, man. Our youth is just like, every generation we're supposed to be getting better, right? Each generation is supposed to be getting stronger and more wise and gaining more knowledge and more strength, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, right? Financially, all of that shit. Every generation, they're supposed to take what the ones before them gave them and add to it and keep it going, keep passing it down. We ain't got shit. I'm going to tell you what we got. We got sellouts, right? We got a whole bunch of sellouts. We got a whole bunch of lost motherfuckers. And then we got motherfuckers that's trying to do it the right way. That's what we got. That's what we got, y'all. Exactly, quick. Exactly. Fighting Irish. Salute, salute. We gotta do better, man. Definitely gotta do better. But the reading levels is just, I just wanted to touch on that because the reading levels is like the biggest thing for me. Because if you can't read, right, that's an issue. As a competent adult, as a man, right, and you can't read, that's an issue. That's definitely an issue. I've seen situations, so many situations where men have been taken advantage of because of the fact that um, they can't read, or they can't read with a certain level of comprehension, right? And it's been going on for generations. We were talking about land being stolen, land being hypothecated, right? Yesterday, um, a lot of that had to do with um, not being competent or being knowledgeable when it comes to contract law, when it comes to trust law, right? Maxims of law, right? These certain things that just as a man and doing business that you need to know, and that the ones that do know aren't going to tell you because it's not in their benefit to tell you. That's why men that are incompetent but are competent enough to know that they need a competent man to do the business for them, right? They usually hire a lawyer. I can't speak for myself. I'm not in full majority. I'm not competent enough. And most of us aren't. Most of us are still wards of the state. Not just status wise, but mentally. Not just on paper are you still a ward of the state, but mentally you're still a ward of the state. You're still a minor. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. So if you still thinking like a little boy, guess what you are? You still a little ass boy. I don't give a damn how old you are. We got to do better, man. We got to do better, and it's we got to get out our egos. You know what I'm saying? And it is difficult, right? At times, it's very difficult if you are a man, especially for the men that maybe didn't have strong, masculine, stoic men around them for examples, and to give them guidance and to teach them how to, deal with their emotions when they get angry, when they get upset, when they, they to tell them how to balance that shit out and how to work through those feelings and those emotions so you can use them to your benefit and not your detriment. Most of us use our emotions, which are our superpowers. I've said that on plenty of other lives. Your emotions are your superpowers. Think about your life. Think about all the crazy ass, unexplainable shit that you've done when you got emotional, when you got angry, when you were scared. Man, I had to run from the police. I was scared as shit. I want to try and go back to jail, man. I jumped 10 fences. Outran 6 police dogs and dodged 8 bullets. And motherfucker hit his story and be like, this motherfucking lying like shit. But the whole time he did all that shit. That nigga really did that shit. He not lying. That motherfucker really did that shit. That adrenaline rush, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, when you're in an emotional state, whatever that emotion is, that's your body giving a chemical releases, your brain releases certain chemicals, right? That affect your body in certain ways, right? That's a form of alchemy. You're changing your physical structure in real time to react and to survive in your environment. So when them shots start going off, you, oh shit, man, and everybody get to running and dipping it, and motherfucker run sprint, do a run a four. He can't run a four any other time, but let some shit pop off. Then motherfucker running a 4.1 like it's nothing, leaving everybody. But yeah, man, it's we just gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. It's time. It's time, because it's getting to the point, y'all, where it's like we don't have no choice. We all we got. If you can't see that at this point, I don't know what you just hate yourself. If you can't see at this point that this is we all we got, like every narrative that's being painted, all the news that's coming out, all the stuff that's going on, all the trials, all the charges, all of the murders and all the bullshit, right? Whether it's propaganda, whether it's real, whatever. It's whether it's true or not, right? All this stuff, because all this shit could be fake. We don't know. That's why I say I assume everything is fake with all this AI shit now. So this Nolan Wells shit and all these other motherfuckers is popping up missing, is getting killed. I know they're trying to start a race war, right? I know that. But why? I was that little nigga always got popped in his mouth shit. For why? For why? But for why? But for why? That was my favorite word growing up. But for why? But why? Why, grandma? But for why? Mom, why, mom? Daddy, but why I gotta do this? Foul, shut up. Get this foul. I'm surprised I got any teeth in the front of my mouth. Throat chopped, all that shit. Black eye, ashtray to the face, whatever the fuck is nearby. Shut your ass up. You always talking back. I gotta know. I gotta know. It's gotta make sense to me. I can't just go along to get along. I can't just do it because you say that this is what it is. Fuck that shit. It don't make sense to me. And if it don't make sense to me, then I'm not fucking with it. A lot of this shit don't make sense to me. It really don't. When you know certain protocols, certain procedures, certain ways that things are done, and in certain situations that's presented to you, they're not done in those ways, it throws me off, right? There's a certain protocols that, must take place for missing persons, right? There's certain things that must be done, right? There's a certain time frame for these things to be done. So it's just like when you know these things, right? It's just like when somebody tries to paint a narrative or tries to push an agenda, it has to line up. It has to make sense. So when I'm not seeing certain things in play or certain things out of order, it's like it's throwing me off. It's like that don't make sense, right? And like I told you, since a child, if it don't make sense to me, I can't fuck with it. But what does make sense to me is us as a nation and people getting our shit together. That does make sense to me. Seeing how we have so much, I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Seeing how we have so much spending power, right? That we have single-handedly affected South Korea's economy. Go look it up. Go look it up. Just us choosing not to deal with these Asians and not spending money with them, right? And it ain't all of us. You still got some people that still spending money with them. But it's enough of us that decided, nah, we ain't fucking with it. That you got them now begging. Because first, this is what they always do, and all nations do this shit. That's why I say it's always been us. It's all we got. It's always been us against the world, right? They always do this shit. They play in our fucking face, right? They disrespectful as fuck, play in our fucking face. And so we say, oh, okay, cool. And we keep our money in our pocket. We ain't got to get violent. We ain't got to get disrespectful. We ain't got to, put our fingers up to our eyes and make the chinky eyes and then do all the, 10 minutes. We ain't got to go that route. We ain't got to be ignorant on that level. You see what I'm saying? Real shit, quick. I'm looking at my teeth in my mouth, bro. Honestly, I think it's because, when you're young, that's your first sense. If you get them knocked out prematurely, it's cool because they was going to come out anyway, But by the time I got my permanent teeth, I had learned how to duck, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to block and duck. So, I knew to be far enough away that, when I asked why, they got to throw something at me and run up on me. They ain't close enough to just fire off on me and shit. But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, spending power. So we're showing in real time, right, what us as a collective, what we can affect and what we can do. So just imagine, right, if we stop spending money with everybody and own and kept our funds within our communities. At least let it circulate at least 8-9 times before it leaves the community. And it should be very minimal amount that leaves the fucking community. It's to stay within the community. We got to get back to that. Having our own grocery stores, our own hospitals. We got to get back to that. Since nobody likes us, since we ratchet, we ghetto, we liars, we cheaters, we pimps and hoes and drug dealers and killers and murder. Since we're so deplorable of a people, okay, well, we're going to take our deplorable ass money with us. See, that's the funny part. It's like we pieces of shit. We ain't shit, right? We horrible fucking people. Nobody want to be around us, want to deal with us. But they ain't got no problem taking our fucking money. We so fucked up as a people, but it ain't nothing but foreigners in our community eating off of us. But we broke and we poor and we ain't got shit. But you're literally sustaining yourself, right, in a foreign country. Y'all hear what I'm saying? This is the narrative that they try to paint. We're broke, we're impoverished, we're ignorant, we're dumb, and we're lazy, and we this and that. Let's run with that narrative. Let's say all that's true, right? Okay, cool. So explain how you have people of different ethnicities that are foreigners in our communities. You got the Arabs, you got the Asians, you got the Africans, you got this, you got that one, the Dominicans. You got all these different people from other places in the world they come here. They don't go to the white communities and set up shop. Why? Because they're not gonna make no money. They don't go to their own communities. Why do you set up shop in our communities? Because that's where the liquid money is. They call us liquid money. You ever try to catch water in your hand? You're washing your hand in the faucet. You try to grab the water. What's going to happen? That shit going to slip right through your fucking fingers. That's what we do with our money. As soon as we get it, it slip right through our fucking fingers. We spending it. As soon as you get that paycheck, you spending it. Hell, I used to cash my paycheck at the liquor store. They already get a percentage before they even give me my fucking money. Then what do? Go right downstairs and get me a fucking bottle. Give me a pack of Newports. Give me a couple roll-ups. Give me a couple condoms. I'm gonna give me some ass tonight, and I'm out the fucking door. So I done spent about almost $100 with these motherfuckers just to cash my fucking check. And it's Friday. You think I'm the only person that was in there cashing their check? Hell nah. It was hella people in there cashing their fucking check. Y'all remember them days we go to the liquor store, cash your check? You think that's just by chance? You think they were just sitting around like, yeah, you know what? We just gonna open a liquor store in the black community. Yeah, we just gonna do that. No, they said, oh, you know what? Oh, black man, he want beer. He want beer when he get our war on Friday payday. Friday payday, how we get more money from black man? We need to figure out how to get more money. We need more money from black man. Oh, aha, aha. They say, oh, what? I have idea. We do money order and we do pay. We can do money order and paycheck. We cash check. We cash it the paycheck. So they go through all the processes, right, that they need to do to be able to, you know what I'm saying, have a money exchange within their liquor store, or they might contract with somebody, right? Let them lease out a spot or the upstairs. They you know what I'm saying, remodel the upstairs, add it, turn it into a little, you know what I'm saying, little loan center, a little cash check cashing places. So now you got to go in the liquor store. You passing all this liquor, all this. You got to go upstairs, right? Then you deal with them, you cash check this, get your money. Then you come right back downstairs, right? You got to walk past you got a pocket full of money. Y'all got to peep the play. You got a pocket. They already done got you for a percentage of your check. They gonna charge you to cash your check. They ain't gonna cash it for free. So they're already getting it. They already got a cut of your check already. Then you're gonna go downstairs. You're gonna see all that liquor. You're gonna see the bid. It's Friday. I've been working all week. I had a long week. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. I'm about to give me a bottle. Yeah, give me that bottle of Henny right there. Matter of fact, fuck that. I want some 1738. You going with the big shit. You showing off tonight, right? Because you work overtime. So you know what I'm saying? You got a couple extra $100 on your check. I'm getting the big bottle. Fuck that shit. Give me 2 packs of Newports. Hundreds, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you shit. You just spending money. They ain't paying no damn bills quick. We ain't got to the bills yet quick. Look, you talk about bills. Look, we still in the liquor store. We ain't even left the liquor store. we ain't got out the liquor store quick. So you get your body, get your Newports and shit, right? You get your car, get whatever you gonna get out of the liquor store, right? Leave the liquor store, stop past the gas station, right? Who in the gas station? Arabs, the Africans. I'm just telling you, right, where I'm from, DC, this what it is. Right down the street from the liquor store on the corner, right? That's the gas station. Who in the gas station? Arab. Sometimes the Africans, they got gas stations, mainly the Arab. Right? Or if I don't get no cigarettes or nothing from the liquor store, because they usually cost more, right? I get the liquor from the liquor store, grab my cigarettes from the Arab. So do you see what I'm saying, y'all? You see how many people I'm putting money in their hands. I ain't even had my check an hour yet. My paycheck has not been in my pocket a full 60 minutes. I have already spent damn near at least a quarter of my fucking paycheck. And none of the people that I'm breaking bread with look like me. Matter of fact, I gave the unk nigga $5 outside the liquor store when I left the liquor store. And guess what he about to do with that $5? Go right in that liquor store and get him a beer. what? The one the smallest amount of money that I invested in my community, right? And the one person in my community, what did he turn right around and do in less than 2 minutes and me giving him that $5? He hopped his ass up, walked right in that fucking liquor store and bought him a motherfucking Schlitz malt liquor. Some Mad Dog or some motherfucking a 211 or some shit, right? Whatever them unks be drinking, whatever the unks drink around your way, he gonna go get him one of them. Go get me a tall one. So now the Asian got the $5. So is what I'm saying making sense, y'all? Okay, I know what you're talking about now, Quick. I got you. I see what you're saying now. Damn, Quick. I ain't know they still do that shit. That was like back when I was shit a youngin'. Cause my aunt used to do that shit. Light bill. Matter of fact, she used to damn near do all her grocery shopping. That's when the corner stores was actually corner stores where you can get eggs and milk and butter and cheese. You know what I'm saying? You could pretty much damn bread and shit. You can pretty much damn near go shopping. You know what I'm saying? The corner store and shit. They still got corner stores like that. You know what I'm saying? Different places out of there. But it ain't like back in the day. You know, back in the day, I guess I'm old enough to remember when you would see people that look like you in these stores, right? The mom and pop stores. I'm old enough to remember that time, especially out the city. You know what I'm saying? We would go to Pop store, even Dave that around Florida Avenue around Trinidad. Anybody from around Trinidad, you know what I'm saying? Remember Dave, Ethiopian dude, he had a store right there on the corner of Florida and Trinidad, down the hill. I used to flirt with his wife. He was like, I go to kill you. I go to kill you. His wife was bad as shit. Bad as, I'm telling him, Ethiopian motherfucker. God damn. I'm like, look, just, like, fuck him. You ain't African no more. Fuck him. Come on. I was horrible, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, I was fucking horrible. Cliff, what's good? What's good? But she was bad. Oh my God. You talking about feminine. She was so sweet. Donkey. Oh my God. And that's what really got, she was already pretty as fuck. And you know how they have, you know, like how the stores be in the hood and shit. So it's like up. It's like kind of like a platform. It's up. They up. You know what I'm saying? So and then they got the shit all on the counter, so you can't really see, like, you know, her body and shit. Man, she had the reader thing was fucked up one day, right? Motherfuckers was in there fighting and shit. Must have knocked into it and fucked the little card reader thing up. So she had to come out the little, you know what I'm saying, little booth part and shit to check the card thing shit, because he was like, you gotta unplug it, plug it back up. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, look, you better come fix this shit. So she came in. Man, when I said, oh my God. I said, let me get the fuck out of this store. Cause he definitely gonna kill Mary. Cause he be watching his cameras. He be at home, but he be watching them cameras. I wouldn't leave my wife around, nigga. Do you know man? She was bad though. But I was young, y'all. Don't judge me. I was young. But anyway, my point is, I remember a time where, yes, you did have big box stores. You did have big franchise, you know, the Safeway, Murray's, Giant, Save a Lot. You did have the big stores, right? Walmart. You still had all that stuff, but you still had mom and pop stores. There was still local grocery stores. There was still local shops and corner stores and, you know, bodegas and whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? That was still a thing, right? You had the candy lady. You had, you know, somebody making plates. You feel me? Like, it still goes on today, right? But it's not as widespread as it used to be. You know what I mean? We still got, you know, people in the community that still keep these traditions going, but it's not like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere near like it used to be. But we got to bring that back, man. We definitely got to bring that back. Because I'd be damned. Like, I know y'all tired. I know I'm tired. I've been tired. I've been tired for a long time. Long time. I hate spending my money with these motherfuckers. And it ain't because I don't fuck with them or don't like them with it. But, you know, it's because of the treatment, right? It's because of the service. My dollar is no greener or you know what I'm saying, than anybody else's. Like, my money is no different than anybody else's. So the same treatment and good customer service that they get, I expect the same thing. And if I don't get it, then I'm not spending my money with you. It's as simple as that. That's the biggest fuck you we can do to these motherfuckers. And that's the main thing I want everybody to grasp, right? The biggest fuck you that you could have, the big F, you know, when we do the biggest fuck you that you can give them, right, is to keep your money in your fucking pocket. There's nothing that you can say or do, right, that will sting and hurt as much as that. Keeping your money in your fucking pocket. No other nation spends more money, consumes more than we do. Nobody. So if we decide, okay, we only shopping with us, or we just go without, oh, it's gonna be a lot of changes made. Quick. But we can't fold. We can't just let them feel it, and then they start crying, and then we like, all right, we'll spend some money with you now. You know we not playing with you. Gotta nah, fuck that. They gotta feel that shit. Now I'm not no radicalistic ass, revolutionary ass motherfucker, right? I live in reality. And I know that some people are in situations or live in areas or communities where they can't really afford or don't have the resources to do that. They don't have enough people around them that look like them that they can shop with or that they can barter with or do. You understand what I'm saying? So they're in positions where they have to go to foreigners to get their fruits and vegetables. They have to go to foreigners to get their gas, to get their whatever the fuck they need, right? You can have a gas station quick. Why don't we have gas stations? We used to. What happened? What happened? Because this goes back to everything I'm talking about now goes back to what we was talking about yesterday. All the acres of land, right? All that acreage that we were selling and giving away, or was being stolen from us. So like I said, this is the simplest and easiest way for us to make a statement and at the same time do what we need to do for ourselves and for our own. Because it's funny how when we come together, everybody claims that we this, that, and the third, but then when we do try to get our shit together, get our act together, and do what's right for us, then all of a sudden now they want to put these labels on us. They want to try to guilt trip us back into position that doesn't benefit us in being in. Really pay attention to that, y'all. You got these motherfuckers online right now basically trying to guilt trip us into spending money with them. I told y'all the other day or last week, I forgot what live it was. They're trying to change the Chinese hate bill, right? They're trying to amend it and put in there that it's a hate crime, right, to not shop with them. If you don't basically spend money with them, that's somehow a hate crime. This is how desperate they are. Go look this shit up if you think I'm bullshit. How? Because I to this day I'm trying to figure out how the fuck are they going to force that? Because you can't force me to spend my money with somebody, especially a fucking foreigner. That's crazy. But the fact that they allow them to have that much say so and power in another country tells you who they in bed with. tells you who profits and who benefits from this situation. So like I said, it's always been us against the world, okay? And we've been shown that time and time again, right? All throughout history, all throughout our lives. Nobody fucks with us. Nobody. We don't even fuck with ourselves. We treat ourselves like shit. Speaking of that last statistic, I lined that one up perfectly. Now this graph shows a couple diagrams, couple graphs of black on black violence. The statistics, basically. As I always say, this is for illustrative use. This is an illustration only. All right. Take nothing. None of this is being actual factual. You go look it up. Look up your own statistics. It's for educational purposes only. Now, if you look on the left here, the top left, most violent crimes, right, with so-called black people, right? Black on black crimes. Most of the crimes that happen in our communities are black on black crimes, right? They're intraracial, right? Meaning white on white or black on black. Now at the bottom it says, you know, socioeconomic context impacting localized crime. Now when it says localized, that would be in your neighborhoods, in your communities, right? Not really statewide, or I would say more so city and at the most countywide, right? So poverty rates, of course, motherfuckers is broke, right? If I got money, I ain't got no reason to be out here robbing motherfuckers, right? Unemployment rates, motherfuckers can't find work, or the job that they got don't pay enough, right, for them to live off of, which that's every fucking job. Neighborhood disinvestment. Now, that's strategic, right? That's strategic. They give us the tools we need to, it's called gentrification, right? I actually watched it take place in DC over Northeast, right? Around Trinity. I told all my neighbors, all, you know, my family, everybody, I told them what they was doing. I was crazy though. I was conspiracy theorist. I was crazy. I'm tripping. And exactly what I said was going to happen. Here we are, damn near 20 years later. You go around there now, it don't even look like the same. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You see white ladies with a stroller, you know, with their baby walking their dog. Hey, how you doing? Just, you know, drinking Starbucks, just walking down the street. This is like, what the fuck? Because it used to be man, Trinidad with the trenches, boy. I'm trying to tell you, it was off the hook around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we just got to do better, man. We got to do better. If you see on the right hand side at the top, right, we kill ourselves as much as they kill themselves. So this whole thing that black men are violent and they you know, the YNs just out here just murking each other, they are. But at a no faster rate than everybody else is killing themselves. So the statistics on white crime and black on black crime are pretty much the same. So this whole stereotype and this whole idea that, you know, oh, they you know, they more violent, they this and they that, they have more violent crimes. Go off, I tell people all the time, go off of what you see. What have you experienced? Right? What have you experienced? What have you seen? I used to do security, right? I've done security at so-called black clubs, uh, like Hispanic, club bars, um, and white bars, white clubs. And I can tell you, we fight, we get violent, right? But them Hispanics and them white boys, them motherfuckers crazy. Them motherfuckers crazy. I think we overstand that it can go there quick, right? And that we're more likely to take it. You know what I mean? We're more likely to take it to the furthest extent, right? I.e., gunplay, right? Not saying that the Hispanics and the white boys ain't evil, but it ain't that serious for them. They just drunk. For us, it's I'm drunk, I'm high, PTSD, daddy issues, it's mama issues. It's a whole bunch of other shit behind why we be going off the way we do. But I've had to break up more fights, and I've had to basically get physical. I've had more physical altercations working at the I would say the white clubs first, then I would say the Hispanic clubs, and then the black clubs. Usually the black clubs, like, because I can talk to them. It's more of a cultural thing. Like I can relate to them. You see what I'm saying? I can kind of diffuse the situation a lot easier because I know what to say to them. You feel me? Like I can look at them, tell what type of dude it is. Look, man, you ain't trying, bruh. I can look at it, tell, bro, you probably did some time. You trying to go sit down again for this bullshit? This nigga ain't. Well, look at this goofy ass nigga, bruh. You got this big booty ass bitch right here, nigga. Go home and get some pussy. Nigga, fuck this nigga, man. Yeah, you right. Fuck that bitch ass nigga, man. Come on, baby. Get the fuck up out of here. Before I had to fucking catch a body. Don't catch nobody tonight, bro. He ain't worth it, bro. Go home. Go get somebody. Go get you somebody. You see that body? That's the body you need to be worried about. Catch that body at home. Do that. Fuck him. Don't worry about that body. Worry about her body. And keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest with you. With the Migos and the white boys, they not trying to hear that shit. They want blood. They trying to fight. And it's like, and it'd be funny because half the time they can't fucking fight. They swinging and be done hit me in the fucking head, trying to hit the like, motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. My bad, bro. Like, goofy as hell. But I can honestly say this though. I don't recall there's ever been a situation when I was on the clock where I was at, Hispanic or, a white club and excuse me. I don't remember ever being at a Hispanic or white club and it's ever gone to gunplay, right? Not saying that ain't nobody have it on them or in their car, but I'm just saying I don't remember ever hearing shots being fired at, the Hispanic or the white clubs. Now does it happen? Hell yeah. But I just lucked out. It wasn't no like lower tier, clubs. Like none of them, even the black club. I didn't work at like, I think it was like one. That's the first joint I started out at, Bags and Crew, over there at Fordsville. Worked there for a little minute. But I knew all the bitches and I couldn't stay there. I couldn't work there. It was too much drama in that motherfucker. Too much drama. But yeah, we gotta do better, y'all. Yeah, I see what Tony said. It's 100% white. And that's true, Tony. They do get different consequences. But they get different consequences because, hey, if my cousin's the judge, or he's my uncle, or he's married to my second cousin, like, or he is just of my ethnicity, this goes back to yesterday, like I said, with his racism. Race is what? A group of people, right? And ism is what? Doctrine, right? I forgot what that was. Doctrine and what? Y'all supposed to remember this shit. Anyway, like I was saying, racism. A group of people, right, who share the same basically beliefs or doctrine, right? So they all share the same doctrine. So yeah, they don't. Thank you, Tony. System. And what is the system that we talking about? The legal system, right? Well, there you have it right there, Tony. The legal system, not the lawful system. I told y'all years ago. I broke that down on another live, long time ago. But the difference between lawful and legal. Everything illegal, anything legal is fraud. Anything that begins in fraud ends in fraud, and anything that's legal, legalities, right? Legalese, lawyers speak legalese. It's all bullshit. It's all a scam. It's all fraud. So of course, within a fraudulent system, you think that they're not gonna do fraudulent shit. The fuck, like yeah, you know what I mean? That's why I said I expect it, Tony. I expect it. I don't get in my feelings. I don't get upset. I expect it. I expect a system that was built, right, for the rules to benefit the people who created the system. I didn't have anything to do with this system, right? And it's impossible for me to benefit from the system because in order for me to benefit from the system, right, I would have to be a part of the system. I can't be a part of the system because the system was literally built off of me and my people. That's how the system eats. So this is why when people get upset, oh, well, this was unjust, or he got off for this or that. Duh. The system is doing what it was designed to do. Like, but then we get upset when it does what it's supposed to do. Yes, he got off. Yes, he got away with it. Yes, because they're playing a game with us. They're making us think, like I said yesterday, it's about race or it's about, your ethnicity or it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with status. It's all about status, political status. Black and white are political statuses. They are not races. They are not ethnicities. They are statuses in law. Look at the Black's Law Dictionary. Get you an old Black's Law Dictionary or a Bouvier dictionary. Like a 4th edition Black's Law Dictionary or earlier. Look up the word black. Look up the word white and what it means in law. And then you tell me whether or not you think it makes sense for you to go into court and speak and try to represent yourself, right, with a dead status, and wonder why they just talk over you and don't listen to you and they just bulldoze you in court because you can't speak. The court can't hear you. You have no standing. You're in the wrong jurisdiction in the first fucking place. But this goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The whole court system is not what you think it is. We've been tricked to believe that we are in a common law system when really we were, right? Things are changing. We were under maritime and admiralty law, the law of the seas. That's where everything is a ship. You have a relationship, right? You have a township. Why are you calling a location on land a township? It could be a town, but where's the ship come from? They brought the ship onto land. They brought maritime law onto land. So when you walk into that courtroom, right, and you open that little door, and the judge calls you, but it's not your name, your straw man name, right? The corporation's name, in all caps, which is a dead entity. That's why they send you a summons to come to court. You only summon something that's dead. Did you hear what I just said? You receive a summons in the mail, right? You only summon something that's dead. You summons dead entities. You summon dead spirits. So that notice that they sent to the address that you, right, that you reside, you domicile in, right? That's not to you. You see your name, right? But it's in all caps. So that's not you off the back. You should know that that's not you. Let's go back to the fourth grade. Fourth grade grammar, grimoire, spelling, right? Spells. That's why I say we out here doing witchcraft and don't even know what the fuck we doing. But they using on us all the fucking time. Now, we're nouns, correct? A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So we're nouns. The proper way to spell a noun is uppercase, lowercase. This elementary school shit. So when you get a summons or you get a bill statement or anything dealing with commerce, right? Or business, any correspondence dealing with business in the mail, your name is always in all caps. That lets you know that that's not for you. They're not speaking to you. They're speaking to the entity, the dead entity that was created the day you was born. That's why you have a certificate. If you think I'm bullshitting, if you have both, I want you to look at your birth certificate, which is on bond paper, right? Which is the registration to your corporation. Then I want you to look at your certificate of live birth, the long form. It's going to have your name spelled grammatically correct. It's going to have your daddy's information on it, your mama information on it, and it's also going to have your mother listed as an informant. Your mother was a snitch. Get fucked if you get mad. Every last one of us, our mamas was snitches, and she ain't even realize it. When she signed that filled out that birth certificate application. I don't give a damn where you're from, what state. Look, get a copy. If you don't have it, go to Vital Records, get you a copy of your certificate of live birth. That's you, the flesh and blood person. The birth certificate, because that's why the dates are different, right? Your birth date isn't on your birth certificate. It's on your certificate of live birth, but it's not on your birth certificate. The date on your birth certificate is usually 2 to 3 days later because it takes time for them your mama to fill out the application for them to file it, right? And her to get back that registration number. So the you that they're summoning, to go back to what you said earlier, Tony, the you that they're summoned, that they sending a summons to, right? The name that looks like your name, because it's spelled the same with the same words, and it sounds phonetically the same. They're not sending that to you. This is the games that they play. So if they need to be sending it to somebody, they need to be sending it to the office where the piece of paper, right, that was filed the couple days after I was born, because that's who needs to come to court. And I used to have fun with these motherfuckers, Tony. I used to have fun with these motherfuckers. Y'all can go look the shit up. Anne Arundel County, North Carolina, 8-9 different fucking charges. Resisting arrest, assault police, all types of shit. It took like 4 of them motherfuckers to get me. And they still couldn't do shit with me. All that shit was dismissed. Once you've corrected your status, once you know who the fuck you are, you have to know. I'm not talking about reading no fucking books, reading no damn documents, sending off some shit to the clerk's office and all that. I ain't talking about none of this paperwork bullshit. Once you know who the fuck you are, your whole world changes. How people look at you, how they interact with you, how they deal with you, how they speak to you changes. This is why I move the way I move, because I know who the fuck I am. And can't nobody tell me no bullshit. This is why these foreigners can't stand me, right? But it's a select group of them, right? The ones that don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? The ones that don't have an agenda, the ones that aren't sneaky and evil and trying to get over, they don't have an issue with me. They respect me because of what I stand for, what I know, and the trajectory that I'm trying to get my people to. They respect that shit. But the ones that have an agenda, the ones that's over here on that bullshit, they can't stand my black ass. They can't stand me. Because I get in their ass. Because you got me fucked up. Because there's no way in hell that I would go to your country and disrespect someone in your country, right? Like I got the juice like that. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really like that though. You ain't even built like that. And you over here talking, running your mouth like that. I'm really built like that, and I still wouldn't go to your country and be disrespectful like that. Because I got enough respect for myself. I'm at somebody else's fucking house. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? Whether I agree with what's going on or not, I'm going to go along to get along till I can get my ass back to where the fuck I'm from. Fuck I look like going to somebody else's country showing my ass. Look at the examples of all these motherfuckers going over to Dubai, wilding the fuck out, getting locked the fuck up, or go missing and shit. You know how many people go missing in these foreign countries? Especially these women. These loudmouth bitches got all this fucking mouth because they used to being over here in the States. They got a little bag and they go over there and eat some doodle off a gold platter and take a golden shower to get a couple $50,000 of shit from nasty ass Arabs over in Dubai and shit. Now they want to, oh, we going to Jamaica. We going here. Let's go there. We going here. All right, keep on. Especially in the Muslim countries, they is not playing. They is not fucking playing. They trying their hardest to keep this Western bullshit over here. They like, no, you keep that. No, I don't want for my woman to. No. Haram. But yeah, man, we gotta get it together, man. We really do. We gotta get it together. We gotta get it together because there's no reason for us to be living like this. No reason. At this point, 2026, we have all the resources, we have all the knowledge, all the information, and what we don't have, we have the means to get it, right? We need to get back to farming. We need to get back to family. We need to get back to agriculture. We need to get back to just budgeting and like not trying to fucking like fuck them Birkin bags, fuck all this fashion. And this is another thing I want to say this too, because I want this to be the new norm. I want it to be looked at as questionable. I want men's sexuality to be looked at as questionable, right? I want this to be the new norm, right? For a man, think about this, y'all. For all the niggas out there that be caught up in all the fashions, and I had my own clothing brand, right? And I started my own clothing brand because I was tired of the bullshit, right? I like clothes. I like my clothes to fit a certain way, right? I like a certain type of look. I like colors, right? Um, and I like my shit to be comfortable, right? So I said, you know what? Fuck it. It's hard for me to find clothes that I like at affordable prices. You know, the shit that is popular is way overpriced. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, fuck that. I'm gonna make my own shit. So in my opinion, it ain't a man on this fucking planet that can be flyer than me unless he got his own shit too. Now, if you make your own clothes, your shit fresh, man, I salute. That shit hard, bro. I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're walking around as a grown ass heterosexual masculine man and you think that your life has value or that you're better than the next man because you are wearing a garment, right? A shirt or pants or a hat or t-shirt or whatever with the name of a homosexual Caucasian man who sucks dick and takes it up the ass and likes it. Okay, he designed and he put this garment or this clothing brand or this designer wear out, right? He's the designer, right? And you are walking around with this homosexual man's name splattered across your fucking chest with pride, right? And you feel good because you're walking around and people are seeing you with this man's name on your chest and like, oh wow, oh, I'm gonna get him some pussy because he got that gay dude name across his chest. He must got money, girl. And all the other niggas, oh man, fuck him. He think he fly because he got it. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That needs to become the new norm. We need to look at these dudes as exactly, because I think they all homosexual, to be honest with you. Any man that from head to toe has on homosexual white man's clothes, I assume in your mind you want to be a homosexual white man. The garments, the shirts and the pants and all the shit be questionable any fucking way. The shit these motherfuckers be wearing be like looking like it's some shit a bitch should have on, not no fucking man. First off, right? And then when you do your homework and find out who the designer was and who the brand belongs to and then it makes sense. Then it makes sense. But you goofy as hell if you think you fresher than me or you think you better than me or you whatever because you wearing some faggots fucking clothes. You tripping. You tripping. And you overpaid for it with your goofy ass. By me being in the clothing industry and having manufacturing in China and India, I know how much it costs to make this shit, right? You motherfuckers is buying. You got motherfuckers. I seen a motherfucker buy an Amiri t-shirt, right? Shit, what is it? It's not even good quality cotton. It's not even Supima cotton. Niggas don't even know what Supima is. Like, this is the shit I be talking about. Like, motherfuckers just be wanting to get shit because it's all a scam. It's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, if we don't subscribe to it, if we don't say it's cool, if we don't wear it, if we don't endorse it, then it don't go. It don't go. It's not going to hit. It's not going to do numbers. We have to give it our stamp of approval. If black people don't fuck with it, it ain't lit. It ain't hip. It ain't popping. It ain't it. It ain't gonna go viral. It ain't going to none of that. Because we are the culture. So any culture that exists, we created it. And if we didn't create it, it was created out of something that we did create. There's nothing new under the sun. But we got to get out of that mentality. We really do. Because that shit is weird to me. That shit is weird as fuck. That you think you get some money and the first thing you want to do is go give it to a homosexual man that don't even want you wearing his shit. I guess we forgot about that. What was it? All the motherfuckers. Perry Ellis, Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph. All these motherfuckers said they didn't want black people wearing their clothes. And what did niggas do? Still go out about the shit. Make songs about it. Free promotion. Free promotion to market. And they get 1 penny. They ain't got an affiliate link, nothing. Goofies. I'm pretty sure they are, Tony. I'm pretty sure they are some straight ones, right? But the clothes that these niggas is wearing, these niggas is not straight. Christian Dior, they're married. Balenciaga, we already know about Balenciaga. I can't believe people still wearing Balenciaga. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of this shit, Tony, all of it. Like if you actually go to Paris, go to London, like go to the fashion shows, go meet the actual designers and have a conversation with them and let them explain their new design and their new concept for their summer collection. You can be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I'm good, bro. Like where the bitches at? There's too many half naked men in here. Like what the fuck? What the hell do he got on? What the fuck are they over there in the corner doing? Let me get the fuck up out of here for Diddy come up in this motherfucker. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Like these motherfuckers is weird. They're weird. Like, but that's what I mean. Like, most of the designers, right? Most of our people who wear these designer brands, right? They don't know who the designer is. They don't know their story. They don't know what they look like. They don't know what their lifestyle is like. They don't know shit. All they know is that their favorite rapper or entertainer or athlete, whoever the fuck, had the shit on, or they wear it, or whatever the fuck, right? That's usually how we get, because ain't nobody know what the fuck Balenciaga was 10, 20 years ago. Ain't never heard of this shit. Amiri, Chrome Heart, all this shit that these motherfuckers paying thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for this bullshit. Like, nobody heard of this shit. Nobody heard of this shit. Not prior. Prior to them seeing a music video and some rapper saying this shit in the song. They like, come on, yeah. A lot of them niggas be questionable too. I think yeah. Like my man, what's my man call him 5150 what's the comedian? Damn, I can't even think it's Corey Holcomb say the back door is all the back door is. Exactly, Mad Doctor. It's all, but it's what's the difference? And it's all the same shit. All the same shit, Mad Doctor. Because at the end of the day, if you do your homework, right, and you look up who really own all these businesses, it's the same motherfuckers. It's the same motherfuckers. For instance, what is it? Old Navy. I used to know these brands good, like who own what, and I think it's Old Navy, Hollister, Old Navy, and what was it, American Outfitters or American Eagle or some shit like that. They're all owned by the same. So you got like you'll have like 3 or 4 brands, right? And all of them will be owned by one parent company or parent brand. And then, then they have the trust or whatever holding company, and you keep going back, keep going back, and you figure out who the fuck own all of this shit, bro. It's the same motherfucking people. It's the same fucking people that own all this shit. So if you, oh fuck Old Navy, I'm going to so and so. Well, they still getting the money because they own both of them fucking businesses, both of those brands. But it's just like, all right, fam, I'm gonna say this, and I'm out, y'all, to prove my point of how powerful our spending power is, right? Anybody know anything about Washington D.C. knows that we single-handedly, there's no debate. I'm not about to debate near motherfucker on this shit. The truth is out there. Go do your research. Washington D.C., right? Later on, the whole DMV area, single-handedly, right, put New Balance on the map. New Balances were being worn by old white couples that want to go out and walk and try to get healthy and try to be more active, right? They had, they old, they got bad knees and their ankles, you know what I'm saying? They still want to try to be active and get around, and You know, that's who wore them type of shoes, right? Now, that's who wore those type of shoes, right? Now, we started wearing them, right? I remember motherfuckers wearing New Balances back in the 80s, right? But over the years, right, as they come out with different shoes, different styles, to the point where they have actually a Washington, D.C. collab shoe. New Balance has a shoe that they dedicated to DC. Now I don't know nobody else that has a shoe company that actually made a shoe for that city. Now New York might have something, or somebody else might have something with like Nike or Adidas or something else. But I know for a fact DC has single-handedly uh, invested so much in the New Balance that they dedicated the shoe to them, right? I don't think there's more sales of New Balance shoes in the world than there are in the DC area. So just think if we would have, as collectively, right, a black-owned business or shoe company, because they do exist. It's a lot of brothers I done met that make shoes. They make their own shoes. They design them. They send the sketches to China. They make the samples. They send them back. They got some fire shit, right? Right there in the DC, Baltimore area too. Just think if we would have invested that money into them. Only wear they shoes and shit, right? Like how Baltimore do with Under Armour. Under Armour is a Baltimore company. It was made out of Baltimore, right? From a person that's actually from Baltimore. Just think if we did that collectively. Oh my man, he got shoes in the whole community, the whole city, the whole state. It just branches out, and now everybody buying his shoe. We ain't buying no Jordans. We ain't buying no none of them designer shoes, them ugly ass dad shoes, the designer shoes, because they look like some old man shoes any fucking way. Half the shit these motherfuckers putting out, they just copying what the other shoe companies got and just putting they fucking little logo or name on it. And y'all paying $2,000 for the motherfuckers like a dickhead. But that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? We need to start investing in each other, right? So I got a clothing brand. You need clothes? Come buy your clothes from me, right? Mad Doctor, he work on cars or something. Let's say he work on cars. Okay, well anybody need they oil change or they need any car service, they going to him. So he'll never be out of work because everybody in his community is coming to him for service. He gonna be over when he ain't got no time. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? I ain't got no time to go fix me nothing to eat. Matter of fact, I'm about to order me something real quick. Who he ordering from? The lady down the street, right? She done went from selling plates out her house to a food truck, and now she got a brick and mortar. You see what I'm saying? This is how we rebuild. It's this fucking simple. We already have everything already. We have doctors in our communities. We have lawyers. We have coaches and nutritionists and herbalists and farmers and every fucking thing that we need to have a self-sustained economy. We already have the resources. We're just not pooling our resources together. And my whole thing is, instead of us waiting until we have no choice but to do that, why not do it now? Why not get that going now? Because whether we like it or not, that's what it's coming to. Yeah, I believe it, Mad Doctor. I believe it. We ain't really fuck. We fuck with Adidas, but more so like the tracksuits. We ain't really fuck with the niggas wore the shoes. I ain't gonna lie. Back in the 80s, I think everybody had a pair of shell toes back in the 80s, right? 80s, early 90s. Especially with Run DMC, right? But I would say out the city was more so the track suits, like the jackets and the pants and the jersey knit, like the soccer jerseys and shit, the shirts. That was a thing for a while. Everybody was wearing like the Adidas, the little like they had like some fake little limited edition joints they came out with. I can't remember what time period that was. I forgot about that. But yeah, all the youngins with like the Adidas, they had the track pants and the what's the name? The little Adidas shirt, the little soccer shirt. Yeah, my father had a pair of those. He still got them, Mad Doctor. He don't wear them, but he still got them. I was surprised, and he got a pair. Remember the shoes? I think they supposed to be Jordans, but I don't think they had a Jordan sign on them yet. I think it was his first, the Jordan ones, but it was like the original Jordan ones, like the first Jordan one that I think they released or whatever. The high top joints. He still got a pair of those too. Yep. But yeah, man. Wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. This was a good build. It's a good build. I be forgetting to throw them comments back up there, y'all. Yep, yellow and purple. But you know, this is my main thing, Mad Doctor. I'm gonna say this and then I'm out. That feeling, think about that feeling, right? That you had when you bought those shoes, right? You was walking around them motherfuckers, people giving you compliments and shit. I want us to feel that feeling when we start buying shit from each other. I want you to have that feeling, right? Thinking you the shit when you walk around with somebody that you know, right? That made a shoe and you got his shoes on your fucking feet. I want us to get to that point. I want us to make each other rich, like we making all these other corporations rich. But this is the thing. We gonna have contracts, Mad Doctor. We gonna have contracts, so ain't no bullshit gonna be going on. To where if as a community, if we gonna invest in your business, you gotta reinvest back into the community. Ain't gonna be none of that. Oh, I'm taking my bread and I'm gonna go do this and that. Then you wanna go live with the white people? No. You gonna reinvest right back into the community. We gonna keep this money circulating. That's what I'm saying though, Tony. We got to get it out the mud because we trying to do it separately. But if we come together, we ain't in the mud. We ain't got to get it out the mud. We can get it out of his garage. We can get it out of his trunk. We can get it out of her attic. We can get it out of, you know what I'm saying? We already got everything. We already got everything. We just got to pull this shit together. That's it. That's it. Yeah, man. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all afternoon. I'll holler at y'all in the AM, man. What's today? Friday. Tomorrow. Oh. Yeah, I know what it is. Open panel Saturday. Tap in. I don't know. I might go live a little earlier because I know it might be a little late for y'all. Nah, I might go at 2. I think I'm gonna go live at 2. That's probably about what, 4 or 5, about 4 or 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Yeah, y'all should be about settled down. Yeah. But yeah, tap in tomorrow, y'all. Open panel. Come talk your shit. Talk your shit. Yeah, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Don't do no dumb shit tonight. Make it home safely if you going out. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. You know what I'm saying? And watch out for the hook. Peace.